All right. So I don't think we ever talked about how all this came to be. So about 10.
There was.
Man, shut the fuck up! I'm talking here. God
There
damn
was
it.
God.
So about 10 years back, after I left the military.
Adam and Eve.
After I left the military, well, actually, a little bit before I left the military, I was already tuning. I was just using someone else's software. But I left.
He was being a copycat.
Nah. So the way that we used to advertise way God Beach coronavirus. Anyways.
That's not funny, bro.
You gonna die.
That's not funny, bro.
Anyways.
That's not funny, bro.
So we used to use Craigslist. Not him. He was a dumbass.
Coxlist.
I used to use Craigslist to advertise, and it was slow at the beginning, but it became really good. You know, before you know, we stopped doing ads and shit on Craigslist because we just had too much work. Then I got a job offer over there at I'm not gonna say the fucking company's name, but whatever. It's in Pennsylvania.
So were you still in military, or were you already?
No, I was already out.
Well, explain yourself. You said you're in.
Fuck you. I said after.
No, you said you're still in the military. Before you went to the military, you were tuning. You said.
Man, fuck you.
I don't know.
Anyways, so I took off because I got a job offer tuning all of these project builds up there in Pennsylvania, and
is that where the vampires live?
Before I left, I saw that he used to do Craigslist ads too. You know, Mustang mechanic.
I was a bad motherfucker back in the puro Mustang mechanic.
Anyways, so I messaged this dumbass right on Facebook, and I said, "Hey man, you know what? You're coming up just like I did and shit like that. You know, because I would do engine builds, I would do all kinds of badass shit, and then I would do tuning." So I messaged him right before we left to go to Pennsylvania, and I said, "Hey man, you're hustling just like I did. You're doing your thing. Fucking keep at it, bro. If I get calls or whatever the fuck, I'll pass them over to you so that you can do builds and shit like that." He never fucking messaged me back until I was
2 years later?
Yeah, like 2 years later, until I was ready to come back from Pennsylvania to here to Texas. And he sent me, "Oh, thanks, man. This really means a lot to me." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm coming back now." God damn it.
I timed it perfectly.
Oh, dumbass. So,
fuck you.
So when I came back here to South Texas, I was, you know, me and my wife, we were talking about, hey, we need to look for a shop so I can put a dyno, do my thing, you know, do some engine builds, do all this other shit, and fucking go ahead and get done. Then I remembered that this dumbass had messaged me, so I was like, fuck it, let's go ahead and meet up. And we actually met up right over here. Check it out. We met up at that restaurant right over there, because this dumbass fucking, he wanted to stuff his face on some caldo that day.
Fucking caldo!
Was it caldo?
I'm gonna get some caldo right now too.
Was it caldo?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay, so it was caldo. So we met up over there, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I need a fucking tune for this car. What's up?" All right, fuck it, I'm down. So we tuned the car. Came out badass. So then we started saying,
I never paid him.
So then this guy told me, I think we got drunk that day or some shit.
Yeah, we got my mom.
And then you convinced me, "Hey, bro."
I didn't convince shit.
No, because I said, "Hey, bro, I've been thinking about getting a dyno. I just don't know where to put it."
So put it here.
And then he was like, "Put it here, bro.
Put a big old hole in my garage.
Put it right fucking here."
Look into my eyes.
Yeah, he was like, "Put it here, a la verga."
Look into my fucking eyes.
So I was like, maybe I'll do that. Fuck it. So I had to do my research and shit like that. So
we started getting builds.
Yeah, we started getting builds.
Our first one was Aaron's twin turbo Mustang.
Yeah.
Came up pretty legit. Then he hit the wall.
It was pretty awesome. Then he fucking decided, you know what?
He hit the wall. And
my car, I think, would look nice up against this wall at 70 miles an hour. So he smashed the fuck out of it, right? And then he, God,
I don't know.
So he told us, right, that his axle was bent or some shit. Oh yeah, his entire diff was fucked up. I remember that shit now. And then
so I was like, that's badass.
Yeah, typical Mustang owner. That's what they do. They decide to crash.
Rick.
I have no idea why, but fuck it. So
it's too much power.
After several builds and shit like that, I said, you know what? We're ready for the dyno, right? We hired these fucking, you know, these old dudes, right? And
camera.
these old dudes, and the old dudes were like, "I'll build download that bitch. Well, you sure, bro? Look, this is the printout that they gave me. Here's all this shit. Here's how much fucking concrete, the density, all that shit.
The density.
You know, this is all this mathematical
shit. The moisture
shit.
calibration.
Yeah. They were like, this is all this shit. Are you sure you can do it? Yeah, I can do it. How much? $500. Ah, not bad. What's it? No, it was
1,500.
Oh yeah, he at first said 1,500, then he said 1,000.
Yeah, he did.
And we made him work. We made him work. So
then he gave him the 500. And
tell him the story.
So then, like, se pasó unos 2 months because Dyno was, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. They're being dicks.
Yeah, they said that they were.
So then Luis sent a big old fucking email to the actual to the GM of the motherfucker, and they got the shit sent right away.
Yeah.
So he called them, hey, it's time for the Dyno. ¿Qué?
Yeah, we're talking about
the contractor.
Yeah, the contractor.
It's time for the Dyno, fucker. And he's like, ¿cuánto te dije? I go, 1,000, güey.
$1,000.
Ah, está bueno, ¿la traes? I go, no, ya te pagué 500. Ah, chinga.
Let me translate for my good white folks.
He was saying that, how much did he say? I go, he said 1,000. He goes, all right, you have 1,000. I go, no, we already gave you 500. He was like, oh, fuck. So I'm going to be working for free. No. We gave that deposit of $500. Now we just owe you 500. Man, that dude fucking dug to like the fucking center of the core.
Yeah. He dug a big ass hole. So when I came over, I was like, what the holy fuck? Are you sure y'all making this shit right? Yes, you give me the little paper and shit. I'm like, you sure, bro? Because this shit has to be dressed right, fucking dressed.
And it came out legit.
Hold on.
Okay.
So he's like, all right. So everything got done. So I took my fucking measurements and shit like that because I fucking purchased a $30,000 goddamn.
Yeah, it looked too big to me, man. I was like, what the? This ain't gonna work.
So I took the measurements and I took the level, I took everything, and everything was 100% based off of the fucking dimensions that they had given me.
And then once the Dyno was sitting there, I was like, what the fuck?
And we made this old man work too. We made this old man work. So
this guy, he says he doesn't have a good heart, but he does. He gave him a tip. Unos $20.
Oh yeah, it was a good $20. He owes me money.
But he does owe you money.
I don't know. So poor old man, dude. We made him fucking.
He's fucking 39. How's he old? He's older.
No, bro. He's like 62.
No, he's not. The other guy.
So check this out.
Chato.
So check this out. So this old man, his only job was just to make the hole and run the wires. That was it. That was his whole fucking job. And that day, dude, it was hot as fuck. It was like 116 degrees. It was fucking hot. And we told him, hey, help us out, fucking put this bitch in. He wanted to leave.
Yeah.
He wanted to leave. But I hadn't given him the money yet.
He couldn't leave. He
couldn't leave. So it wasn't like we were forcing him. We were just like, hey, man, if you can help us out, badass. But he was like,
he was forcing him. Vete para acá, pinche viejito.
Nah, I didn't tell him shit.
Yes, you did.
So we made him work, and we put that fucking Dyno in there, and then we had him fucking bolt everything out, run the wiring, run the piping, run everything. And then he was just, because he always says chief, he's like, hey chief, let's go ahead and move it over here. And I told him, hey bro, we need it fucking centered and shit. Okay, muévele pa acá, chief, you know. And then he does the Mexican shit. He goes,
así está bien, así, eso mero.
Right there. Okay, badass. So I was skeptical too. So I took the fucking measurements again. I'm like, man, this shit's spot the fuck on. Fuck it, let's go ahead and run some cars in this bitch. So we started running some fucking cars in there. Everything came out badass. You know, I give him like, no, he charged me an extra $200.
He charged like $500 more.
He charged me.
He got you. He fucking
he got me a little bit. But you know what? Fuck it. Whatever. It came out badass.
Compared to 10,000 that somebody just wanted to charge.
Yeah. Because all together was like what, an extra $1,500 and shit. I mean, $1,500 for the whole
materials and shit.
Yeah, about $1,500.
The barbecues, the beers.
I don't know about that.
The illegal.
I don't know about that. Anyways, Dyno came out badass. Everything was fucking legit. So, we ended up running into that issue that you guys seen in one of the videos that we posted up about the Dyno load shit. So what it turned out to be, it was just software related. Everything is fixed. Everything's good to go now. Now we got some badass numbers. We're using the load shit. Everything's badass. So that's good. And but basically this video, we just wanted to fucking mention how we started working together, how we brought up the dyno, how everything worked out. Because most of the time, when you see videos and shit like that, you see, oh, they have a dyno, but you don't see the story behind it. And we always like to include that type of shit.
And we were gonna film, but we just got so excited when it got here.
Nah, fuck that, dude. We got tired.
The delivery driver fucked up.
Yeah, he fucked up. This motherfucker, he wanted to get all this money. So this bitch, right? This fucking asshole, pinche bigote like that, pinche big ass mustache.
He wanted a tip, so I started talking about cock and says,
oh, yeah, he talked about a fucking, what was it, dick? Yeah. Like the head of a dick.
He said a hole, he left.
So here's the backstory behind it. So this motherfucker tells me like the day prior, bro, we'll be there like 7 a.m. A la verga. We had the forklift ready.
Over here,
we had everything badass. All right. So we were waiting like a dumbass outside, sitting in the fucking forklift, just like, where the fuck is this motherfucker at, right? So I contacted Dyno and say, hey, where the fuck is this motherfucker at? They said, let me go ahead and contact him. All right, badass. So the guy, the driver, called me. And he said, yeah, bro, I'm just waking up. I'm on my way to Corpus Christi. I'm like, what the fuck you doing over there? I got another load that I'm going to go ahead and pick up while I'm down there.
Because my boss don't know, but I want to make some extra fatty for myself.
That's right, yeah. Because it was on his way, right?
Fucking asshole.
Bitch. So...
And he still wanted a fucking tip.
And he still wanted a tip after making that fucking side money, too.
And he didn't even take the shit to mess with him. He just fucking left it there.
So, yeah,
fucking asshole.
Did. So... he showed up at 2 p.m., right? Mm-hmm. We were there all fucking day. Hot ass sun, 2 p.m. Fuck it. He shows up. We pick everything up. Badass. We finally get everything going and we tell the guy, all right, bro. No echamos. Later. What does he do? He's like, so what are y'all guys doing here?
Yeah, don't mamon.
Yeah, and I'm over here thinking like, what the fuck do you care, bro?
Yeah, what do you want, bitch?
Yeah. And then he was sticking around, right? And I'm like, this motherfucker wants a tip after fucking making us wait for half a fucking day or some shit, right?
I started talking about cocks. He says, no, hold on.
Yeah, he started saying, yeah, man.
I gotta go.
Yeah, man. He started saying something like, so my dick, bros, like that. Right? It's like this. And I'm over here like, what the fuck are you doing? I looked at him like, the fuck? And then I see the driver. He's like, all right, that's my cue to fucking bounce.
I gotta go.
Anyways, that's the story behind how everything came about, how we fucking ended up buying the dyno, put it in there. Just a little bit behind the scenes type of shit. So, I'll talk to you guys later.
It's pretty cool.